Hi, I'm Rob and this is Gems of War. In this video I'm going to go over the Soulforge and tell you how to unlock it and how to use it, because it can be quite a daunting place. I was in there first of all as a newer player a long time ago. I was like, what the flippin' heck is going on here? This game is so confusing. I thought it was in a simple 3-match gem game. What the hell is going on here? But hopefully it'll make some of them things clear. As well as that, I'll tell you how to unlock the dungeon, because that's super important too. You need resources to unlock things and craft things in the Soulforge, and without the dungeon you're going to miss out on an absolute ton of resources. So when it becomes available, one of the first things I would do is go to Drifting Sands, unlock that, and make sure you do this quest on the left hand side here. I've done it already obviously, but if you haven't done it, once you've done that you will be able to go to games and you'll have dungeon unlocked. Now this is absolutely essential to get this area unlocked, because then you'll get daily dungeons. There are 3 fights which you can do literally every single day and get slow but sure resources. Really handy things, regular supply of diamonds. Really nice to get this stuff. So make sure you do these on a daily basis if you can, because it does make an absolute massive difference to your resources. Once you've done that, you're going to want to unlock the Soulforge. Now the Soulforge, you need to unlock 4 kingdoms first. Bright Forest, Darkstone, Groznak and Blighted Lands, all in this little cluster in the bottom right hand corner here. And the same as Drifting Sands, just unlocking them is not enough. You need to go into the kingdom and make sure you do the quest line on the left hand side. Once you've done all 4 of those, the Soulforge will become available. Now what the Soulforge is basically your kitchen in the world of Gems of War. And I say kitchen because you require ingredients and recipes to make things. And once you've got enough ingredients, you can make some very tasty things indeed. What's important is your level. First things first, your main goal in the Soulforge is to get from level 1 up to 10. It does go beyond that, but that is not really early level stuff. That's for later on players. So we'll concentrate on getting levels 1 to 10 straight away. The cool thing about levels 1 to 10 is all you got to do is kill enemies to get from level 1 to 10. You'll get there automatically by killing enemies. And the more levels you unlock, the more recipes you unlock. If we look at number 1 there, the first one says minor trait stones, major trait stones and Nomapalooza. Where it says vault key and in the brackets ×1, that is a free gift you get given as a one-time only gift when you unlock that level in the Soulforge. So we've got level 1, we can now craft minor trait stones, major trait stones and Nomapaloozas. When you get to level 2, you'll be able to unlock, craft all the things from level 1, as well as brown jewels, brown summoning stones, and you get that free gift as well. So by the time we get to level 10, again, just clarify, all you got to do is kill enemies to do this. Just kill enough of them, you'll eventually get to level 10. Then you'll be able to craft mythic troops, mythic weapons, deed books, as well as all those previous things from the previous levels. So that is a really cool way to go about that. Now the game is going to try and tempt you by saying, yeah, spend some gems to jump a few levels in the Soulforge, whatever. Don't listen to it, tell it to do one. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep hold of your gems. They're really important as a newer player, and it's really vital to gain that experience of how to play the game, how your troops work, by just killing the enemies and getting to level 10 that way. But now we've got our resources. How do we actually use them, and how can we tell what we can craft and what we can't? Well, simply when you go to an item, if it's got the green blob next to it with a number in it, that means you can craft one. And if the number's greater than 1, that means you can craft more than one of that resource if you so desired. The ones on the right hand side where it's got, like in this case, diamonds, my souls, the yellow topaz or chewy sweet, whatever it is, and then 10 celestial trait stones, that is showing you the recipes required to make that actual item. Most of the time it's not actually important, you actually know what they're called. Just to know that you've got enough is relevant. So, Staff of White Helm here, I can see 75 diamonds, 3,000 souls, 300 rubies and 3 celestial trait stones. I could craft that if I wanted to, but as a newer player, don't just dive in and make any weapon just because you can. I was tempted to do that as a early player, and I just wasted so many gems doing some silly things just because I got overexcited and thought, I can craft something, I'm going to do it, I can't resist pressing the button. But yeah, don't get tempted to do it. Take a look at it first, press the square button or the equivalent button on your system and have a good look at what that weapon does, and only craft it if you're absolutely sure it's going to be a bit of a game changer to your team. But what if you don't have enough to craft it? Then basically you're going to have a little sign which says not enough resources to craft this item, as it says at the bottom of the crafting part there. Now you can tell what area you're short on the recipe or ingredient side of things by basically the part of it which is highlighted in white. I've got 10 celestial trait stones in green, 20,000 souls in green, and got diamonds there, and it's in white. That means I do not have enough. So the area I'm short of making this item is diamonds. You can check your jewels in this instance by pressing the diamond button or the equivalent button, and it will tell me there I've got 2,461 diamonds, which is clearly not enough. So, but don't think sometimes that is the end of the road, because you can actually craft some of the item you need to make you enough of what you require. Say for example I was on 3,990 diamonds. That's still going to show up white because I haven't got 4,000 yet. But what you can actually do is go to jewels in this instance, go down to diamonds, and I can't craft any at the moment because I just done it a minute ago when I was making this video for the first time before somebody rang the doorbell and completely blew up my what was going really good video, so I've got to do it again now. But yeah, the point is you can craft diamonds if you have some available and then have enough to then go back and craft, for example, that troop. Another cool thing as well is the troops themselves. As a newer player, I remember doing this a few times, and it really does come in handy. These summoning stones are relatively cheap to craft, 100 souls and 50 of the required jewel. What's cool about this is you can pick up some really superb troops. Go over the blue summoning stone, for example here, area, and press the square button or equivalent, and it will show you these troops, which are blue troops. They use blue mana, which are in the Soulforge this week, and they change every single week. And sometimes you get somebody who's really handy. You've got 2 common ones here, 2 rare ones, 2 ultra rare, and 2 epics. And when you pick up, one of these epic ones, it's a really good feeling. I remember that being really cool. I think this is how I got Roanne. I think same here. I think she was in the Soulforge. It does change every single week. And I remember just chancing about 8 or 9 of these things, and I managed to pick up a Roanne, and it was like, yeah, that was like a punch the air moment. That was like really great. I remember this. That was like really good times. Do love these early times in the game. And yeah, there's these troops available for each and every colour. So check through, see if there's anybody that you really think would do well in one of your teams. And you can often pick up some really cool troops this way. And they do change, like I say, every single week. I don't go over these in the Soulforge. I go over the weapons and the troops in the Soulforge every week. So if you want to know what's good to spend your hard-earned resources on, then be sure to like and subscribe, because I do a weekly Soulforge review. I'll literally go over all the different things which are new in the Soulforge that week. One other thing is trait stones. I remember doing this quite a lot, and I don't always recommend it because it's another example of when you're short of something, how you can actually make something to make the item you actually require. Let's pretend I need to make one of these arcade stoic trait stones. And as you can see on the right hand side, I do actually have all of the resources. 6 runics, 400 souls, 2 celestials. But let's pretend I've only got 5 of the blue runic trait stones. So I need one of them. And this is my last arcane trait stone. I need to trait up my troop to the highest level, which is going to really make a difference. You can actually go back, and if you've got the green thing next to that, which says at least 1, you can make one of them. Now you've got an extra one. Come back, and now that will say 6 because you've gained that extra runic trait stone, and you can craft that item. That is a really handy way of doing that. Another way of getting trait stones for free effectively is to go to the required kingdom where they're from. Each trait stone is available from different kingdoms, and if you just look at that kingdom, you just find the one which that trait stone is in, explore in that kingdom, and you will actually find that trait stone just by pure randomness every now and again. It will just be given you absolutely free of charge, no need to spend resources. It can be a bit of a grind sometimes. Sometimes you can go many games without giving anything, and it's like, come on, I only need 1. But it looks like the game's holding out on you, sort of thing. But you do get there eventually. I remember needing my trait stones for Roanne on her third trait, I think it was, and I was like determined to get it, and I just stayed in the required kingdom for absolutely yonks until I got the ones that I required. So yeah, each different kingdom has different trait stones, so be sure to check them first rather than spending resources. So is there anything else? I think that is it on the basic Soulforge, apart from basically save your diamonds. Your diamonds are the bread and butter of the Soulforge. Don't always be tempted to spend your hard-earned diamonds on legendary troops, even as a newer player, unless it's somebody really, really good, like outstandingly good, like a Yao Guai or something like that, who can be an absolute game changer. But apart from that, the general rule of thumb is save your diamonds towards the mythics, because it is pretty much going to be the only way you're going to get some of them. They are going to take absolutely yonks to turn up randomly in chests. And weapons, you should only pick up the absolute best of the best either. A lot of these cheap ones are very situational, and I wouldn't always recommend them. They're normally for completist sake, mostly. So there it is. That's the Soulforge and how you use it. And make sure you do your daily dungeons as well to gain those resources. So there's a video. If you found it useful or helpful, it'd be cool if you considered hitting that like and subscribe button, because it really does help. Oh, and check out Honest Rob Arcade as well. I've stopped putting the arcade stuff in this channel. It was kind of getting in the way and stopped me from being able to do what I wanted on both sides of things, really. So if you like the arcade and retro stuff, be sure to hit the subscribe button on Honest Rob Arcade if you'd be so kind. It's new. I've just started doing things in there properly, but many more arcade and retro stuff to come in the future. And most of all, thanks for watching. Catch you again next time. Bye for now.